What you gonna do, brother? We're at Highland Rim Speedway. Let's get ready to rumble.
We're going to go inside the race car up here at Highland Rim and just kind of show you a little bit about it. First thing what we've got here is a tachometer. This tells you how fast the motor's running at any given time. We also have what's called a recall button on it, and what that does is that tells us how fast the engine actually turned, the very top speed it turned while it was on the track. As you can see here, it's showing almost 7,000 RPMs. Your passenger car, if you're running a fairly new car, runs about 1,800 to 2,000 RPMs. That shows you how hard we turn these motors up here. What we have over here is we've got a detachable steering wheel that aids in getting the driver in and out of the car a lot quicker. And we've got various gauges. We've got a fuel pressure gauge, we've got oil temperature gauge, water temperature, and the far side's oil pressure. Oil pressure is the most vital one, because if you don't have oil pressure, you lose a motor. And these motors run $10,000 to $15,000 a piece. As you can see, we've got a bunch of different roll bars in this car. They do different things. They, number one concern is protecting the driver, but the biggest things this one and these two right here do is these actually help the car handling. This keeps the suspension and everything doing the same thing every time. It doesn't allow the frame to flex. If the frame flexes different, it makes the car handle different, and coming off corner, a driver could hit the wall. As you see, we've got 3 bars right here that keeps another car from coming inside. We run approximately 100 miles an hour here at the track at the end of the straightaway. So what we run here is what they call a 200-mile-an-hour cage. This thing is rated for a 200-mile-an-hour impact. The NASCAR boys that run 200 miles an hour, they have a 300 to 350-mile-an-hour cage. So that'll give you the little bit of idea as to how actual safe these cars are. We've got bars across the top. Another car can get on top of this car, and it will not hurt the driver. It won't cave in. We've got 3 bars across the top to protect him. As you see, we've got a custom seat that's designed to fit the driver. We've got belts that come over the shoulder, and then we also have belts that come over the lap. So once that driver's buckled in, he's not going anywhere that seat don't go, and that seat's bolted directly to the cage, so the driver's basically not going anywhere.
Highland Rim Speedway pace car leading the Sportsman cars around the track, getting ready for a big Sportsman race here at the Rim. Sportsman going 30 laps. 30-lap Sportsman race. On the pole, Gary Adcock, car 17. Then we have the number 93 car, Dwayne Watkins.
Car number 16.
David Cartwright back there in 72.
Steve Johnson, car 16. Car number 24.
That's Ronnie Presley in the 24 car. All right, there's Ronnie Presley in car 24. There's J.W. Clark in car number 2. And then we're going to pick up car number 11. That's Bruce Vaughn in the number 11 car. Ralph Oliver, car 23 from Bowling Green. And Joe Ralph back in car number 42.
He's the points leader at this point in the season.
And in the outside position is Buddy Land in the number 12 car. And then there is car number 33. In car number 33, we have
Randy Clemens.
Randy Clemens, there he is. Good look at the 33 car, sharp car. Car 4 is Chris Neidert. And car number 31. And we'll have to double check that driver on car 31. We'll get that on for you here in just a few moments. Okay, we're ready to go. Green flag is coming out. And Dwayne Watkins is going to jump out in front of that number 93 car. Dwayne Watkins off to an early lead. Gary Adcock, car 17. Now running in third place, is moving up to second, is David Cartwright in car 72. Always plenty of excitement here in Highland Rim Speedway. And
Car number 31, that's a problem. He's pulling into the pits. Car number 31. Good close racing there. David Cartwright, 72. Dwayne Watkins in car number 93.
David Cartwright is going to take over the lead in car 73. Dwayne Watkins, car 93, running second. And we've got about 2 cars there battling for third place. One of those cars is car 2. That's J.W. Clark in the number 2 car. The other car is car 23, Ralph Oliver from Bowling Green. And then 3 abreast right behind them. Just a lot of cars gathering up front to battle in this race. And this looks like this is going to be a competitive race. A bunch of cars up there battling for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th spots in the race.
Yeah, they're getting pretty much bunched up back there. 3rd, 4th, 5th.
And when that happens,
racing.
sometimes you get a spin out. Maybe not this time. Let's hope that they can all stay in there because they're all good-looking cars and they're all running well. Look at that battle up front between David Cartwright in car number 72 and now Ralph Oliver, car 23, is right up there with him. Of course, the 72 car, David Cartwright from Greenbrier, and car 23, as we mentioned, Ralph Oliver from Bowling Green. There they are, battling for 1 and 2 in the race, battling for the lead. And then back in 3rd place, they're side by side, J.W. Clark in car number 2 from Greenbrier, and car number 11, Bruce Vaughn from White House. There's Bruce Vaughn in the 11 car. J.W. Clark right behind him. Car 42 also there, Joe Ralph. And Joe is from White House as well. There's car 42, Joe Ralph. Joe started in the 4-cylinder division and has moved up and is doing very, very well in the Sportsman division.
And they're beginning to pull away a little bit from the 3rd, 4th. But I tell you, this particular race, no one seems to be really able to dominate like we've seen earlier tonight. Running 30 laps. Late model Sportsman division.
David Cartwright still holding the lead. And
good job of saving car number 42. It's almost lost on the front straightaway. Good job saving it.
David Cartwright still holding the lead. Ralph Oliver right there with him in car 23. There they are. Cartwright in 72, Oliver in car 23. This is one of the most exciting divisions here at Highland Rim Speedway and has been for the last several years. You really see some outstanding driving on the part of these drivers, and you see a lot more cars that are capable of winning on any given night in this division probably than any other, because there are a bunch of cars out here that could win this race even though they may not be running up front right now.
And looking at the point situation, you have about actually about 4 or 5 cars that even though Joe Ralph is points leader, have 3 or 4 other cars that
Joe is the points leader. He's running in 4th place on the track right now. Let's pick up your leader again. There's David Cartwright, 72. Ralph Oliver, car 23. Let's go back a little further down. Pick up car number 11. Running in 3rd place, that's Bruce Vaughn. Here he comes on around. There's the top 2. Here comes car number 11. There are your 2 leaders running 1 and 2. In 3rd place is car number 11, Bruce Vaughn. In 4th place will be car number 42. There's Joe Ralph in the 42 car. He's running 4th. And the 5th place car, I think, is car number 18 at this point. I'm not sure. Car 16, I should say. Anyway,
Steve Johnson.
Right, 16. Car 16.
They're trying to get 3 deep here on turn. There's just not room for that. Somebody has to back off.
So meanwhile, car 72 still holding the lead. David Cartwright running up front in the 72 car, and Ralph Oliver, car 23, right there with him. I keep expecting Oliver to make a move for the lead anytime. He hasn't so far, and we're still clicking off laps. We've got 23 completed. 23 laps completed. We're going 30.
Oh, he's a little bump in there.
Yep. So Oliver getting ready to make his move.
He looks like he's poised to do it.
We'll keep a close watch on those two cars because Oliver will make a move again here in just a moment. Your leader 72, David Cartwright. Ralph Oliver, car 23, looking to get by him.
Lap car there slowed him up a bit.
Yeah, that's the number 33 car.
Yeah, Oliver lost a little ground there.
That's Randy Clemens in that 33 car, but he is a lap car, as Harold pointed out. So now Oliver has pulled away from him a little bit and is ready to go again after the leader. We'll see what happens.
I think we have a blown tire on car number 4. He's pulling in. Looks like the left front.
Chris Neidert in the number 4 car is going to bring out the caution flag. So that's going to slow things down and group them all back up front.
Make it interesting.
Exactly right. Anything can happen. And the wrecker is coming out. Chris Neidert. Tough break for Chris.
Appeared he lost.
Ralph Oliver, car 23, has also got a flat tire. He's heading into the pits. And that's very significant because he was running second in the race. He's down in the infield right now. And let's switch down there on our camera if we can. Car 23 in the infield and pick up the pit crew working on the tire. A very important move here under the caution flag. They're going to try to get him back out. There he is, car 23, sponsored by Fleetland out of Bowling Green. And the pit crew immediately jumps on that 23 car, trying to get that tire changed and get him back out, because he is running second in the race. But he won't be now because the green flag is coming out right now. So
tough break for him.
Tough break for Ralph Oliver. But on the track, car 72, David Cartwright. There he is. He's the leader. Bruce Vaughn in car number 11 now moves up to second place because Oliver is in the infield. And the third place car now will be car 42, Joe Ralph. And the 33 car of Randy Clemens is running in fourth place. And there he is, Randy Clemens. Okay, white flag is out. White flag is out. So a tough break for Ralph Oliver. And Ralph is going now to get out of the infield onto the track. He'll get out for the finish, but that'll be all. Here's the winner, David Cartwright, car 72, right there, your winner. Good job by David Cartwright. Good looking car, that 72 car. Finishing second, Bruce Vaughn, car number 11, gets a second place finish here tonight. Bruce is from White House, also from White House, car 42, finishing in third place, and that is Joe Ralph, as we pointed out. So Ralph Oliver comes on around in the 23 car, but that flat tire really was costly for him.
He definitely was a contender, wasn't he?
And heading into victory lane, car number 72, David Cartwright from Greenbrier.
David Cartwright, your winner, and he says it's about time.
First thing I want to do, I want to thank 23 for driving a clean race. He was very patient, good, clean driver. I want to thank him. Then I want to thank my sponsors, Trade Post, and my brother and them for making adjustments and making me be able to win this race. And thank all the fans.
All right, David Cartwright's had a lot of bad luck recently, and he kept all his tires on there in the John Deere 72. David Cartwright, your winner in the late model Sportsman division tonight.
David Cartwright down in victory lane, holding up his hand and very pleased with his win here tonight. And I can understand that. He's very, very happy. And the John Deere green car number 72 of David Cartwright from Greenbrier.
Sponsored by Trading Post. And he'll move up in the points. He was second in points coming in tonight. So he'll move up a little bit.
All right. And that's our race for the Sportsman division here at Highland Rim Speedway. The winner again, David Cartwright in car number 72. Four-cylinder division cars are coming out next. We're getting ready for another great race. I always like to see the four-cylinder division cars and trucks race. I say that because we do have a couple of the trucks that race in the four-cylinder division, and they're on the track right now. As a matter of fact, the points leader in the four-cylinder division at this point in the season is truck number 53, and there he comes right there, car 53. That is Bobby Owen, and he is the points leader, and he's from Nashville, of course, and we're just about set to go here in the four-cylinder division. These cars will take a few laps, and trucks will take a few laps and work this stay dry actually down into the track, or off the track, I guess maybe would be a better way to put it. So they're going around. Starting on the pole, car number 95. That is young man Josh Weston. He's just 14 years old.
14.
14.
A lot of young drivers up here.
And then we have the Good Humor folks, Good Humor ice cream truck number 53, Bobby Owen.
Buddy Williams, he's second in points. I don't see him out there, car number 22.
All right, we have Dwayne Wright, car 29 in the second row. Steve Fitzgerald is back in the third row in car 14. Tommy Halsey in the car 16 car. Then we jump on back to Doug Colbert, car in the truck number 9. There's car 88. Chris Kesselman.
Bobby Owen has a pretty good lead at this point in the season, point-wise.
Then we go on back, pick up car number 10. Ty Colbert, truck number 4. Jim Randolph in the truck number 4. Then we have car 21. Roger Cunningham in the 21 car. Pick up car 6. There's Cunningham.
Truck 17.
Dwayne Chappell back in the truck number 17. And Leslie Best is out there in car 44. There's Buddy Williams,
yes, he is,
22 car.
He's second in points, but he's starting near
Then Dwayne Donaldson in the 64 car. Looks like we're ready to go. Green flag's gonna fly as they come by, and we are racing here at Highland Rim Speedway in the four-cylinder division. And immediately out in front goes car 53, or truck 53. Bobby Owen. I have a hard time remembering that there are trucks out there in this division, but it's truck 53. Bobby Owen, the points leader, out in front. There he is, sponsored by Good Humor Ice Cream.
The trucks are getting very, very popular, and I think in another year or so, maybe you're going to see a complete division up here. Caution. Turn.
Caution flag.
Turn 2, car 64. 64 is Dwayne Donaldson.
Just got 2 laps complete. Caution comes out. In second place in the race is the 95 car of Josh Weston. And Josh, as we mentioned, 14 years of age, but he does a good job with his car. And there's the 29 car, Dwayne Wright, and then car 98, Justin Ashburn. Justin Ashburn is from Joelton. He's in the 98 car. And then right behind him is car number 14. Of course, that's Steve Fitzgerald from Goodlettsville. So I think we're about ready to go. We'll be looking for the green flag after we take one more lap under caution.
We had two laps completed, right?
Right, 2 laps down. We're going 25 with the four-cylinder cars in this division here tonight in the four-cylinder feature. Trucks and cars going 25 four-cylinder division. Green flag. Jerry Woodruff on the flag stand says, fellows, we're going to give you the green, and here it comes. There we go. Green flag flying again. Car number 53, truck 53, Bobby Owen, still your leader. Another caution flag as we've got trouble again. Two cars getting together. Gary Gurley and Steve Fitzgerald. Gurley in 6, Fitzgerald in 14. There they are.
I believe the 14 car, Fitzgerald spun, then the other car really had no place to go.
Sometimes that happens to you. You know, we don't talk a lot about that in broadcasting racing, and perhaps we should, because it's one of those situations when you're on the track, you don't really think about this watching the race, but you have so many things to keep in mind and to watch out for while you're racing. And as you're coming around, you know, you feel like you're in good position on the track, and you know, you're thinking about maybe gaining a lap on the leader or trying to pass a couple of cars, and suddenly you come around and the car in front of you spins and gets at about a 45-degree angle with the wall, and you're behind him and you've got nowhere to go. You've got 2 or 3 cars on the outside of you, and he's sitting right there in front of you. And
it's a lot like going into Nashville on I-65 in rush hour. You don't know where the car in front of you is going to go.
I guess folks could identify with that,
I mean,
couldn't they?
It's bumper to bumper, and you know, 80 miles an hour and through a 50-mile-an-hour construction zone. So.
Well, I think the wrecker's backing up to get car 14, Steve Fitzgerald's car. They're going to have to move him off of the track. Going to put the hook onto the car, and that's bad news for the 14 car. Steve Fitzgerald from Goodlettsville.
Yeah, I think he appeared to get the front end into the inside wall and probably caved the radiator back. He lost some coolant.
And I see the safety truck is standing by out there, and they're back out putting some more stay dry down. So I think this would be a good time for us to take a break, as Steve Fitzgerald's car 14 is about to head back to the pits in a manner that he didn't want to see happen tonight, and that is on the back of the wrecker. We'll take a timeout. We're right in the middle of the 4-cylinder feature here at Highland Rim Speedway. We'll be back in a moment. There you see Gary Gurley in car 6. He coasted off of the bank over there in turn 4 to get his car going again. He's going to come on around, and he'll be at the back of the pack. He was involved in that spin out a moment ago with Steve Fitzgerald's car 14, and the 14 car has already been towed back to the pits, and now Gary Gurley is heading into the infield in the number 6 car. He thought he'd be able to stay in the race, but I think he had a back fender on the left side that had been knocked into the left rear wheel. And there you see some of the pit crew members working to try and get that piece of sheet metal pulled away from that tire on the left rear. And Gary Gurley may get back out on the track here in a few moments. Okay, the 4-cylinder cars are ready to go again here at Highland Rim Speedway. The field is rolling.
Two laps completed.
2 laps completed, going 25 in this division here at Highland Rim Speedway. You know, the track here opened in 1962 as a high bank quarter-mile dirt track. Then in 1969, it became the fastest high bank asphalt track in the region, and has remained that way due to the talented drivers, and of course due to the interest of track owners like Ronnie and Pat Balcom that have been interested enough in racing and supporting racing, and they have put a lot of money into the track here at Highland Rim Speedway. Repaved the track last year, and it is more spectacular than ever and produces some of the most exciting stock car racing you'll ever have an opportunity to see. I really believe that.
They do a fabulous job with this track in promotion and track maintenance and overall comfort for the fans. And we do have a full house here tonight.
And you know, there have been a lot of drivers that have raced here at Highland Rim Speedway. We could mention a lot of names, but there's no point in me starting that because I'll leave someone out if I do. But just believe me when I tell you that names that you would immediately recognized have raced here at Highland Rim Speedway and have moved on to fame and fortune. And of course, that's part of it. You start on the short tracks, you start on the quarter-mile tracks, and then you move on up, and there are a lot of drivers that have started right here at Highland Rim Speedway and have really gone on to really become famous in the
yeah, we're not going to mention names, but the Allison boys did well here.
That's right.
Donnie and Bobby both.
Yes, sir. But there are lots of others. We could talk about a lot of them. But like I said, we'll leave somebody out that we should talk about if we start mentioning names. So here we go. 4 cylinders ready to go. They're going to take one more lap under caution, and then we'll look for that green flag to fly as Bobby Owen, your points leader, is in front in truck 53. There he is. And of course, right behind him, as we mentioned a moment ago, is Josh Weston. And then Dwayne Wright in the 29 car, and the green is out, and here we go. Racing again with the 4 cylinders here at Highland Rim Speedway. Back under the green. So playing for real again now.
Bobby Owen does seem to have a strong truck. He's able to pull. He just keep the cautions off the track.
Sponsored by Good Humor Ice Cream. They sell ice cream out of the back of that truck during the week.
Really?
No.
No, I didn't go for that. Just sounded.
There it is. Bobby Owen. I tell you what, I don't know what they do during the week. I think they must work on getting it tuned up, get ready for race time, because he is certainly strong here tonight. And that's why, of course, he, at this point in the season, is the points leader in this division.
And a pretty good point lead, just about 40 points or so.
And moving right up behind him, Josh Weston. Josh Weston from Mount Juliet. He's the 14-year-old driver in car number 95. You know, talking about drivers moving on and becoming, whoa, look out, Josh. Spins out over there, got sideways over on the back straight of the straightaway and just kind of slid into the wall.
You jinxed him.
Well, I must have, and I'm sorry about that, but he kind of got sideways and just slid on around, but he didn't hit the wall too hard, so maybe he didn't sustain a lot of damage to his car. The track officials are over there checking on it right now, and we'll see if he'll be able to stay in the race. I hope so, because he really was running well tonight. And you know, you like to see these young drivers do well.
You know, the younger they start, for the most part, the better they become. Like I said, we've got a couple of 3 drivers here at Highland Rim, 14, 15, 16 years old, that are just incredible drivers.
Okay, Josh has backed up his car over there and is turning it and is going to be able to stay in the race, I think. So maybe he didn't have much damage to the front of it. We sure hope not. Well, there he comes. He's going to bring it into the infield. Maybe he had a little more damage than we thought.
Front end damage there. Quite a bit of front end damage, matter of fact. That's not.
I don't know if he's going to be able to continue or not.
Probably got back into the radio. Say. It's tough to run out there. No coolant.
He drove that fender back into the tire, I think, but they're going to try to pull it out in the infield, try to get him back on the track. Meanwhile, we're ready to go, and we're going to have the green coming out. We'll take one more lap under caution. We'll be ready for the green to fly again. All right, Bobby Owen out in front. Dwayne Wright is right up behind him. As they come out of turn 4, the green flies, and we're racing again. We are on lap 6 here in this 25 lap 4-cylinder feature.
Dwayne Wright's been able to get up close to him, but not get around him. Owen.
Yeah, they really have that truck set up well. You know, you were talking about that earlier, Harold. And, you know, a lot of times in racing, the time that you spend during the week setting up your truck or your car is well worth it on race night, because many races are won the week before in preparation, getting ready for the race.
Handling's what it's all about. I mean, what we were talking earlier, they make it look easy out there, and if it's handled properly, it is relatively easy. There's a lot of talent involved, but if it's handling well, if it's set up right, then it makes it much easier, a lot less effort on the driver.
Josh Weston is coming back out in the 95 car. Looks like he'll be able to continue, so we're glad about that. Gary Gurley's still having some problems with the number 6 car. You'll remember he was involved in a spin out early in the race, but he's still on the track, but is running well off the pace.
It appears that he knocks something out of alignment because when he's going around, he doesn't want to track. Each time he tries to spin out, so he's pulling on the inside and slowing it down.
Okay, up front still truck 53. Here's another spin out. That's the 17 truck, and that is Dwayne Chappell. So Dwayne Chappell from Joelton spinning it over in turn 2. And again, Harold, we've had problems all night over there in turn 2. Looks like we've had problems over there again.
Yeah, I don't recall this many spins. Seem like in turn 2. What is anything? But it's just the track conditions tonight. One track. What the situation is.
Okay.
Like
he hadn't been able to get the truck turned around. Still sitting down next to the wall over there in turn 2. And I don't know if they're going to have a record or not. No, I think he's going to be able to turn it. Try to.
It appears that he was able to get out without very much damage.
Yep.
It's like if I read it right, 12 laps into the race.
I think that's right. Twelve laps down. 17 truck into the infield, Dwayne Chappell.
Might have had some problems because of the spin.
Okay, here we go. We'll take one more lap, and then we'll have the green coming out again. Bobby Owen in the truck 53. Running right behind him in second place in car number 29 is Dwayne Wright. Then comes car 98, Justin Ashburn from Joelton. Back in fourth place is Ty Colbert in car 10. We have number 16, Tommy Halsey from Springfield. Here comes the green flag, and we are racing again just about at the halfway point in this 25-lap feature for the 4-cylinder division. And your leader continues to be Bobby Owen in truck number 53. As he makes another lap. Stock car racing from Highland Rim Speedway. By the way, if you're into computers and you're online, you might want to visit the Highland Rim website. Highland Rim website at www.highlandrim.com. And you can email Highland Rim Speedway at therim@highlandrim.com. So if you're into computers and online, that'll be some
find
interesting.
out everything that you ever want to know about racing at Highland Rim.
Right, you'll be able to keep up with the point standings and to check out the racing schedule for each week and find out about your favorite driver and where your favorite driver is in the point standings and all of that sort of thing. So that's some information that you race fans that are online will be interested in having, I'm sure.
You know, Dwayne Wright's able to pull up on Owen in coming out of turn 3, but loses it down the straightaway. What little he gains in going into turn 3, he loses on the straightaway.
He's running really well.
He's closing in there, but
his car is running really, really well. It's just that Bobby Owen is running a little bit better at this point. And we've got a race going on back a little further in the track, actually for 5th place. There they are. That's Tommy Halsey, car 16, and Jim Randolph in the number 4 truck. And they are battling for, I think it is 5th place in the race. They were side by side there a moment ago and still are as they go around on the back straightaway. So they've got a real battle going on right there between Tommy Halsey in car 16 and Jim Randolph in the number 4 truck.
Whoa,
wow.
whoa,
there
whoa.
they got trouble. Oh, my. Jim Randolph, that number 4 truck is upside down the front straightaway. Well, the caution flag is out immediately. And track officials are down checking on the driver.
He's coming out.
He's sliding out, coming out there. You see him coming out of the truck. Jim Randolph, he's down on the track. They're calling for the emergency medical technicians.
He took a tremendous tumble.
He sure did.
From about the flag stand to the entrance to turn.
Well, they were side by side coming out of turn 4, and
actually, there was about 4 cars that were right together, and it was going to be okay.
He's up, waves at the crowd, And I think he's okay. And they flipped his truck back over, so Jim is okay. Everything is all right except his truck. And it's certainly not
he
all
was
right.
on the he was on the top.
That's a tough break for Jim, because look at the damage to that truck. Jim is up though and is all right. Racing fans, we'd like to give you an opportunity to write to us, send us a card or letter, and let us know that you're watching racing. We appreciate all of the response that we have had from all around the Middle Tennessee area. We want to give you the address. You can send it to Highland Rim Stock Car Racing, or just send it to Racing, Post Office Box 777. That's easy enough to remember. Post Office Box 777, 37's White House, Tennessee. And the zip code is 37188. That's Racing, Stock Car Racing, or you can put Racing at the Rim, Post Office Box 777, White House, Tennessee, 37188. We'd like to hear from you. Write to us, send us a card or letter real soon. Well, there was a big battle going on for position between Tommy Halsey in car 16 and Jim Randolph in car 4. And there were, as Harold pointed out, a couple of other cars right behind him, and another truck there as well. So, you know, it's just close racing. They came out of turn 4 and they were side by side, and really didn't have enough room. And then we had a little spin out. And as I pointed out earlier, sometimes when you're racing, these things happen. It's really no one's fault. You're just racing, everybody looking for position, and suddenly you're caught in a situation where you have nowhere to go, Harold.
Right. It was good, clean racing. It was just 4 cars that were very, very close, and 1 inch, you know, and I said he was on the roof there. He slid a long ways on the roof. It was a scary looking wreck.
It was a dangerous.
Yes, it was.
Dangerous situation, and those sparks, when they start flying, you know, anything can happen. But we're so happy that Jim is all right, and even though his truck has sustained a tremendous amount of damage, at least he can take it back and work on it and get it ready.
If you'll notice, the very important part is the roll cage is intact. The truck is smashed up everywhere except where the roll cage is, and that's the important part.
Yep, that's what they're in there for, and the roll cage, as you pointed out, did the job. Well, we're going to take a break while we clear the track and get ready to continue with this 4-cylinder 25-lap feature. We've still got about 5 more laps to go, so we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more racing from Highland Rim Speedway in just a moment. Well, there are some of the race fans on hand here at Highland Rim Speedway enjoying the stock car racing here tonight. And we've just had, I guess, one of the most spectacular accidents of the season here at the Rim. Jim Randolph's sport truck got upside down after getting together with Tommy Halsey's car 16 coming out of turn 4. And Jim came down the front straightaway upside down. But he's out of the truck and okay. And they just talked with him in the infield, and I heard him say that it was going to require quite a bit of work, but he felt like he'd be back next Saturday night ready to go again.
That's racing. That's racing.
That's it.
Get back on the horse.
Put the saddle back on and get back on.
That's it. Buckle the straps and go.
Jerry Woodruff, there's a shot of Jerry Woodruff, our flagman. And he noticed how intently he's watching the cars as he gets ready to let the flag fly again here in just a moment. Jerry does a good job. It requires a lot of attention to do a good job flagging. He's getting ready to put the green out. He's going to slow the cars down. You see him motioning there to slow down.
I think what was happening there, it looked like Dwayne Wright running second was just pulling right up, trying to get that edge, which, I mean, obviously that's good. But I think it felt maybe it was too much of an edge.
Okay, we're ready to go. Bobby Owen at 53. And as Harold pointed out, number 29 is Dwayne Wright. And here we go. It's green flag time, and there it is. Jerry Woodruff puts the green on them as they come down the front straightaway. And Bobby Owen, 53, still out in front. At 29, Dwayne Wright running second. In third is 98, Justin Ashburn from Joelton. And then right behind him comes car number 10. That's Ty Colbert. Coal Mill Flying Service out of Nashville. Ty Colbert in car 10. Those are the top 4 cars. We mentioned Jim Randolph a few moments ago in the sport truck. He's from Mount Juliet, so Jim will be calling on some of his friends down in Mount Juliet, I'm sure, to help him get that truck ready to be back out here racing next Saturday night. And we sure wish him the best of luck because he's a good guy and a good driver here at Highland Rim. There's a good close-up of the number 53 sport truck. That's your leader, Bobby Owen. And Bobby in control of the race right now. And brings a by as the white flag flies. One more lap to go here at the rim for the 4-cylinder division cars.
He's led from.
All right, here we go. There's the checkered flag and the win for the number 53 sport truck of Bobby Owen. So Bobby Owen gets the win. Car 29, Dwayne Wright will finish second. Finishing third, car 98, Justin Ashburn. Then Ty Colbert, car 10. And Chris Castleman back there in the 88 car for one of his best finishes, getting a 5th place finish. Okay, here comes your winner rolling into victory lane. That's sport truck number 53, Bobby Owen, the winner here tonight.
Bobby Owen's getting out of the truck, the winner of the 4-cylinder tonight. Let's give him a hand. Well, Bobby, you told me before you started that you thought you had it tuned up, ready to go tonight. It looked like you had it.
Yeah, it was awful slick out there, all this floor dry on the track, man. It's just anybody to race. I'm telling you right now, the way the track is, it's just some kind of slick. I thank my sponsors, Good Humor, American Press, Continental Exposition South, Insurance System of Tennessee. These guys stacked back behind me for 5 years, and we're up here winning. He didn't get his name on the car, but on the truck. He still backed me for 5 years, and we want to thank him for it. And thank Nutty Buddy to give me the opportunity to drive his truck. And my son Brandon for being with me for all these years that we've been away from home, and he's stuck with me and stayed there with me the whole time.
Well, Bobby Owen, not in victory lane last week, but back in victory lane this week. Bobby Owens, your winner of the 4-cylinder truck division.
Folks, you've been enjoying stock car racing from Highland Rim Speedway in Ridgetop. Racing at the rim. Be sure and be watching next time when we're back with more excitement from Highland Rim Speedway.